That's an awful thing to happen to a person. You were obviously completely antisocial at school.
I was very mischievous at school. I hated my maths teacher. So I meddled with his calculator. Whenever he pushed the equals button he would get about 1000 volts straight up his arm, through his cerebral cortex and out of his nose. His hair shot up faster than a Scottish smack addict when he gets his 73 £50 gyro. After a few weeks of that, he looked like a spaced out hippie after being dragged through a hedge backwards. I eventually drove him mad. Last I heard, he was committed to an asylum for crap teachers.
Oh, let's move on to something else. What were your school dinners like?
School dinners were okay, but the dinner ladies really annoyed me. One time, I said to one of these menial laborers, "Excuse me you silly old cow, but I'm a genius while you're a fossil in a dead-end job. Move your ancient butt, I'm famished." She pushed a custard pie straight into my face. So I shoved a carrot up her nose. She responded by hurling a jacket potato straight at my head, but I evaded it and got her with shepherd's pie right between the eyes. I jumped up onto the dinner trolley triumphant and exclaimed, "I beat the silly old witch." But as I turned round, one of her friends caught me flush in the face with a dinner tray. I fell onto the plate trolley. Another one of her gang gave it a mighty push. It shot straight out of the hall and down the steps. I went air as it went down the last flight. I thought, oh crap, it's headed for the window. As I smashed through it and plummeted to the ground, I thought, does this happen to other people as much as it happens to me? I hit the ground and I broke my pelvis. And my arm. And both my legs.
Serves you right. But were the actual school dinners okay?
Don't talk to me about school dinners. The usual one tasted of rotten vegetables with a side order of sewer rat that's contracted syphilis. One day I had enough. I jumped up onto the table and shouted, "No more school dinners are crap." But I was an open target. One of the dinner ladies smacked me in the face with a rolling pin. I was taking none of that. So I hurled a fork at her head and shouted, "This might improve your looks." She went to dodge the incoming fork. However, she slipped, and broke her hip. She was in traction for 6 months. At night, I would creep into her ward, put a sheet over my head, pretend I was a ghost and scare the living crap out of her. In the end, her heart gave way. At her funeral I sent a bouquet. It was of a dead rat eating a Brussels sprout whilst being disemboweled. Her husband didn't appreciate it. So I pushed him into the open grave and shouted, "Two for the price of one."